Welcome to Twitch, everyone! How exciting is this? We have finally made it. Well, it's only 54 minutes with a delay there, but we have made it. This is exciting. I thought it was never going to happen. Seriously, it was crazy. Oh, chat overlay is not exactly on here. Can I do that? Yeah, look at that. Ooh, chat overlay. Click of the button makes it all happen. Thank you so much for hanging in there. And for those of you who have just signed up for Twitch just for this broadcast, welcome. This is exciting. You can't say we haven't tried. Right? I mean, seriously, we have literally tried it all. Yesterday in my test, and you can see that on the past streams on Mixer, things looked okay, actually. I mean, they didn't look bad. Restream had an issue. Every once in a while, like every 5 seconds, there was the bottom 2/3, bottom 3/4 of the thing was just going, you know. But Mixer directly kind of worked. I mean, there's still kind of freezing every so often, but when you take off the low latency, it kind of worked. And I thought, well, maybe that kind of just, you know, disappears in the wind. Streaming to YouTube worked, and it looks like streaming to Twitch works. So bizarre. Maybe we should just do and live with this and just abandon Mixer until this is sorted, or just go to Twitch permanently. Let me know what you want to do in the chat. It's one of those things. It's new for me as well. Mixer and Restream have worked just dramatically well over the last year, and ever since the beginning of this year, we have an issue. Don't know what to make of it. Don't know what to make of it. This is not quite stable here, so OBS is going into the red every once in a while, as if it can't push out all those packets. But you know, it's one of those things. Rod, welcome. Welcome to Twitch. Joe, welcome. I hope we can get you signed up later. The Captain, Christina, Zero Kelvin, and perhaps my mom. My mom's trying to get on it because she wanted to watch JAK and DAXTER. And, you know, in case you're on it, hallo Mom. Ich hoffe, du hast dich nach deiner Reise erholt. She was just in La Gomera, which was just a little island off Tenerife. So she's just come back. Hot water stopped working when she got back. Terrible tragedy. So one of those things. Let's have a look at this mysterious game here. I don't know if do any of you know this JAK and DAXTER? It's a good one. It's nice. This is it. Woohoo! I know. Unbelievable. There we go. JAK and DAXTER. It's a platform game, and I've picked it because on one hand I like using this holding screen because it gives me moving video. And it's kind of nice to use it as a test source, but also because it's one of the few platform games I can actually play. So that's kind of good. Let me see how I can do. Can I do this? Can I do this? Yes, that's good. Good stuff. So yes, this was a PlayStation 2 game, which is how old now? Nearly 20 years. So 18, 19 years old. I think it was from 2001. And it was one of the last platform games, like general platform games, before that whole genre was sucked up into different genres, like the Grand Theft Auto type genres, and was mixed up with all kinds of other genres that up until that time did exist. So it's for me, a very interesting game in history, because the second version they made of this, like JAK and DAXTER, or JAK 2 I believe it was called, was completely different, and they tried to emulate Grand Theft Auto, which I think was a terrible idea. But hey, one of those things. Let's see, this is my old PlayStation 3 that I've wired up here. We could load a game. Look at that, I've got several here. But I say let's try a brand new game and overwrite one. Perhaps I don't know. Perhaps this one here. Shall we overwrite that? Oh, look at that. There's dates on there as well. 2015 completed that. That's interesting. This one 2016. Okay. And this one here, 2013. Okay, well, we're gonna start a brand new game because there's a nice little story attached here. Let's just overwrite this one here. And we'll overwrite that, yes, good stuff. Syncing data, oh, and let's watch the interesting intro to this game here. Here we go.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose, and why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of Green Eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jack, I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? 'Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Yeah, I should have said that of the stream. I mean, not necessarily of the graphics of the game, but it is, you know, nearly 20 years old, so there we go. And the comedy, indeed, yes. So, this was an interesting scene in which we see the little orange fluffy guy for the first time as a human being. That's the first and only time that happens, and now we only ever see him as this little guy on Jack's shoulder. So Jack is the guy in blue, the guy who can jump, and the little orange fluffy guy, that's Daxter, and together they make an amazing comedy duo. Really nice. And of course,
This
like,
device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
yes, it pops up literally all the time, that little monitor, and gives us, you know, clues and whatnot. He has the best move, so he can jump, he can double jump, he can jump and then go spin, so that, you know, that gets enemies away and all that, but it also reaches higher bits and bobs. Oh, why can't you watch today, Joe? That's terrible. Watch with Rod, go to Twitch. I think maybe Twitch is the new thing, I don't know. Millions of people are doing it, maybe there's a reason for that, I keep wondering. Try Twitch one more time, try to sign up, or try at least to watch and see what happens, Joe. We're gonna wait for you. This is just a little introduction, so what he can also do, he can punch things like that, and you can also go kneel down and then go jump really high. It's very funky animations, I was always impressed with the animations. And these things we can break, so like, boom. In it we've got these green pellets, I guess they restore our health. That's something we can collect, but the main thing I believe we have to collect is two other things. One is these eggs here, which aren't of course called eggs, they're called precursor orbs. If I can actually jump up here, there we go.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
Yeah, I believe 90 or 120, depends on, you know, what you're bargaining for. Of these eggs then translate into this other thing that we need to collect, which is power cells. Easter orbs, that's the ones. So there we go. And each level contains so many of these, so if I press this button, I can tell that currently, there we go, we need to collect another 44. There's 2,000 in total. No way! Why is Twitch not liking us? First Mixer doesn't like us, now Twitch doesn't like us. Well, tell you what, Rod, you have to translate. You have to say Joe says, and then you have to type it. That's the plan.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grab zoomer.
Oops. Of course, we mustn't drop onto the spiky things because that will totally get us killed. We don't want to do that. Woo! And that's one of those power cells. Yeah, so we need lots of power cells. And then Kira, that's that manga type Japanese girl we just saw. She can build us this thing, I guess. And then we can go over some kind of river and do other things. This is just for us to, we don't have to destroy these guys, but if we wanted to practice our fighting skills, we can do that. These silver boxes here, they can be destroyed with one of these jumps onto the floor. Let's try it out. And then there's other things we can collect.
You found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
That's the story. She sent them. Lurkers, which are the evil guys in this game, they trapped them in boxes. And we must now free them And for 7 of those, we get another one of those power cells. Very cool. There. Yes, Rod, how come Joe can't watch with you on the same screen? Do you have separate screens when you do that? Multimedia household that we all are, of course. Yeah, we need to get Joe signed up for sure.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Well, what he means by that is when we jump into one of these blue things, we get charged up like this. And then we have this little counter here that counts down, and then this superpower disappears again. So what we can do once we are charged up, we can also collect multiple of these blue things to be charged up a bit longer. Then these eggs will just kind of fly towards us.
Each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
Like so. Very exciting. And it auto-destroys boxes, which is also nice. I think there may have been another one here somewhere. Oops. Oh, that's what you mean. I think that's a bit like my mom. I think my mom can watch. She had a bit of an audio issue there a minute ago. She could only hear audio but no video. But there is a setting for that. So if any of you have that issue with audio only, or if you want to just listen instead of watching, then there is this little gear icon at the bottom right hand corner, and that lets you switch on audio only, or switch it off respectively. Speaking of that player, there's another little thing at the bottom right, and that is something. It looks like a clapperboard icon. If you find anything interesting, you can click on that, and that creates a clip automatically. That's kind of cool in Twitch. So if you do that, if you find something that's really cool or something really funny, you can click on that, and it creates the clip of the last 30 seconds of thing. You can give it a title, you can expand it as well, and you can make it longer by up to, I believe, 60 seconds. That's the longest one you can do it.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Well, let's try that then. I believe. Oh yeah, it's also a first-person camera. That's nice. Even though when you look through that, the camera controls are also they're like mixed up, so that is a little bit bizarre. So I guess what we need to do is we need to grab some Blue Eco and then quickly run over here and see if we can reach that door in time, and then that door will open. But I guess that requires a bit more Blue Eco, and then we can walk through it. Let's see if we can find some more. There we go. There it is already.
That's a Blue Eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of Blue Eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Let's try that. Yeah, Rod, I'm sure you're going to work it out. There, look at that. Now we have fully charged Blue Eco. And now we approach this thing and it opens. Woo! Right, that thing works. I love it. That's a very good idea.
The Blue Eco caused the door to open. With Blue Eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
Spam folder is a good idea, yes. Yeah, check that, Rod. That'd be good. I thought that was some kind of a bouncy thing. It sounded like it, but perhaps it wasn't. Yeah, no more eggs. I like it.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos, or one big green one to increase your health.
I remember when I played this game for the first time, which was when I bought my first PlayStation, I believe. I bought this game as well. I was so confused by literally any of these things.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Brian, that is so funny. Spam emails get stolen by the Iranians now, do they? That is so funny. Alright. 50 power cells. Woo-hoo! Time to get out of here, man. Look at that handy elevator. I love it.
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
Oh, we haven't done that yet? I thought we had 4. Don't we have 4? No, we have 3. Dun dun. What's the other one? Free 7 scout flights. Didn't we do that? Pretty sure we did that. Mega lame. We have to go through all this again. We've missed the freaking scout flight. How come? That's terrible. Let's go reverse. See if we spot something else. Sometimes I believe there's, I don't know if they've done it in this game or if it's in the other games. Sometimes there's a kind of a special level and the game automatically switches, so you don't have control over which character you control. Control over which character you control? Oh my goodness. So yes, it's sometimes they give them to you. If he has to crawl through some kind of a really small duct or whatnot.
I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Yeah, so the second game that they've made, JAK 2, that has these levels. I don't know if this game has it, but it is quite fun. It has pretty much the same moves. The animations are just so cool. That's the only this is a teleport gate, so we can go through this and then kind of jump to certain locations. That was just a training level. I don't think we have to go back there. And this is now...
Good training, boys. But that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
So rude. Trying to save the universe here, man. So one of the things I like about this game is that when we look at little things like, like the plant here, for example, you can see that there's not a lot of geometry going on. It's just a small, it's just transparency maps basically. So I find that interesting that we can kind of learn from how they've made games look cool back in the day when resources were really limited. Yeah, so I like that. Or there's little kind of fountains and all the low-res geometry. I really like looking at that.
These two couldn't have blocked their ears for you.
Camera angles are sometimes really bad. Or finding a way out. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So what the green guy basically just said is he's given us our first mission. We're supposed to go through this beach area and then have a look for power cells and also clear out his kind of green eco dispensers or whatnot.
Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
You don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Hidden temple, so it looks like we've just got ourselves another mission. There's something like the beach area and something like the hidden jungle thing that we need to find. And the third mission is that we need to find these 20 power cells so that she can, I don't know, power up our zoomer thing. So this is the thing, we're going to be driving that later, by the way. Very exciting, this thing. But we have to find 20 power cells to do that. And right now we have 4, so that's quite a way to go. It does, doesn't it? Let's see if we can find it. Sandover Village. So there's 2 things why this game was a big hit back in the day. So it pushed the PlayStation 2 to its limits. This is the remastered PlayStation 3 version, and it was so successful that they put this on PlayStation 4 as well. And you can play that there as well. I don't think it looks as good as the PlayStation 3 version, it has some frame rate issues. But one of the things that made this so popular was that this was a very long drawing distance, so you can see some geometry there in the background, which is another island that we can explore later. But that was unheard of with the PlayStation 4, with PlayStation 2 back then. And they've made it happen. They've made quite a few other things happen. Look at that little, very simple particle emitter here, but it works surprisingly well. Nicely done. Looks like high-res geometry, but it isn't. It's all just transparency maps. But used very effectively. Very nicely done. So then the other thing that was exciting about this, while we follow the eggs here to the beach before we attempt another mission, is that there's apparently no loading times in this game. So if you go from one level to another, like now, it looks like there's just no loading time. You just keep walking. Very exciting.
It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
And there's of course a trick in the way they've done it. And it's a trick, I guess, that's still being used today in modern computer games. But I think this one was the first one that was using this on the PlayStation 2, if I remember correctly. These crates here we can't open yet. There's some more eggs in there, so.
Hey! That pelican just snagged a power cell! Let's go kick some big bird butt!
All in good time, my friend. All in good time. Oh, there's certainly a power cell we can grab. Let's try that. Wow, killing that guy. Woo! That's another one! That is so cool. And more eggs, of course. Oh, more evil guys too. Dude! Ow. Yeah, they can't harm you. Yeah, so those loading times and the trick they've used to kind of, I mean, every game has loading times, and they've just hidden them very, very well. And we're going to see when we go into the Forbidden Jungle thing in a moment how they've done that. It's funny because I was listening to the Firewatch audio commentary recently, or to a part of it, and that was built in Unity, like 15 years later, of course, and they're still using more or less the same trick in that than they did here. More eggs, lots of them. This is one of those capped off.
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
This thing, he was referring to that rather than the egg. So if we run over here with the blue eco still charged up, then this thing is going to open up and there's going to be 10 eggs in there. Let's try and make that happen. Oh, there's also a scout fly. Come on. Oh, so there's some here and here. So right, let's combine them all together for the ultimate in blue eco capacity. You may have to try this multiple times. You make one mistake jumping and of course you don't reach your destination. Oh, what you do? Alright, very nice.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Well, all in good time. Let's punch this egg and see what happens.
Good job! Now meet me down here by the egg.
Alright. Well, maybe we'll just jump down. Hello, lady.
Oh my! I hope the poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell for your valor.
No! No, 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 no!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah! I'm not your mom! You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys, I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Well, you've made it. That's just wonderful. Welcome, Joel, to Twitch. This is exciting. The more the merrier. This is good. This is good. I'm glad you made it. You know, I'm glad you persevered. That's part of winning so many battles. Not giving up. I love it. Thank you so much. Very cool. Now, there's so much exciting stuff happening on Twitch. So people say. The only thing I don't like is that if you were to join a stream, then like on Mixer, what happens is that you just see the chat, it's all good, and whatever chat messages have happened there before, you can still see them. But on Twitch, you can't do that. You join a chat and then only messages coming in from then on will be visible, and not anything that's happened, not anything that's happened already. That's a bit of a shame. So if you do miss some messages, then sometimes that's because of that. So if you refresh your browser tab, it appears that a lot of the messages have been gone, and I don't know if there's a way around it. Now I know your maiden name, indeed, yes. Can I pronounce it though? Truskowski? Truskowski, is that right? Truskowski? Or is it Truskowski? Where was that dragon flying? Over there. No. This is one box I wanna grab there before we leave and make sure all the other bits and bobs in this level are sorted. Ah. Here's our ride up. Truskowski rather than Truskowski. Aha! More dragonflies. These packets that are being chucked at us are coming from this crazy guy here, who appears to control a cannon and drops bombs in our direction. We need to teach that guy a lesson, of course. But all in good time. All in good time. All in good time, I say. So how is the delay on Twitch compared to Mixer? One of the things that was really attracting me to Mixer was the fact that you you would tell me to jump and I would just literally do it like that. I don't know how that translates into Twitch. Why don't we do that again? So let me go and just ice this guy, and let me go and just, you know, stand here, watch the nice landscape, and I'm gonna ask you to type in to jump, and I will go and do that, and we get a bit of an impression of how that works. So you tell me to jump, and as soon as I see your message, I will jump. And then we can see how you can tell me what the delay is on that. Let's try it out. Come on. There we go. That's when I saw it. How long do you think that was? 5 seconds, you think? Yeah, that was about 5 seconds. Yeah. Let's try it again. Come on, let's try this one more time. I'm going to count until I see it coming back on my other screen there. Oh, there we go. I saw Christina's message first, and then I saw yours. Yeah. I think it's about 5 to 6 for me as well here. So maybe it kind of depends on where we are. 5 to 6, yeah. So it's still better than YouTube, which was, so on YouTube you can actually set the latency that you want to stream with. It's kind of cool. It's just yet another thing. In the old interface, I believe it was possible to do that. And you had 3 choices there. You had normal, which was more like 10-12 seconds. Then you had low latency, which was about 8 seconds. And then you had ultra low latency, and that was I don't know, 7 seconds or so. It's all pretty dire, I think. But the terrible thing about their low latency thing was that the stream started stuttering terribly. Woohoo!
Well, I see that you two have finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
He's here every Thursday, by the way. Very funny guy. Very funny guy. I see some eggs up here, but I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna get there. Oops. That's the way down. That's not the way up. Very cute animations. I really like the animations. There's a lot of work that went into this game. So about 5 to 6 seconds. I mean, that's still. We're gonna find out what that's like.
Punch those poles up from below.
What that's gonna be like in a 3D stream if we want to work together. Ah, there we go. That's gotta hurt. Oh yes, there's one penalty. If you die...
Seagulls! Let's buzz them for kicks.
Why would we be so evil, Daxter? If you die, then all these enemies that we've so meticulously killed, we'll have to kill again. They'll all come back. Sometimes that's a little bit annoying. Anything behind here? Apart from the dragon guys, rather. Yeah, so the Restream thing... Restream thing, I've been in touch with Restream, and they're working on the problem. I don't know what it is, but maybe we can go back to Restream at one point if this gets sorted. But I don't know, other people are streaming fine to Restream, so I think if Mixer doesn't work and Restream don't work, perhaps it is more my end still than Restream's end. But hey, no matter what it is, we'll find a way. If Twitch is the way, we'll go for Twitch. Yeah, I think I'm with you.
They caused an avalanche. Let's check it out.
I'm with you, Brian. I think it's about... I think they have improved something, but I don't think that was everything that needed to be improved at my end here. You know, it could also be related to the fact that I think in about 9 days, there's the Super Bowl. I understand it's big. I'm not even sure what sport it is, but it's here in Miami, and I wonder if that uses up a tad more bandwidth coming out of here than usual. It could well be in preparation for that. Now that I think about it, it does actually make sense because I've had problems since the beginning of January, so perhaps there's literally less packets available traveling from here because of all kinds of things that are happening currently. So the event is in 9 days, and maybe after that things are going to be good again. Maybe not. But until then, if this works on Twitch, let's go with Twitch. If that's good with you, that's good with me. Woohoo! Look at that! Another power cell! How many is that now? 9! 20!
You found all the scout flies in this area!
Oh, there's another one, look at that! Haha! Alright. Do you know exactly? Let's look at the positive side and say, hey, at least this works. Oh yeah, and of course, Twitch also has notifications, so if you want to get notified via email when I go live, then there's a way to make that happen. I think you have to follow me. Is it called following here? I think it is. There's a difference in Twitch between following and subscribing. So if you follow, then that's like subscribing on YouTube. But subscribing means you give money, but I don't think I have that enabled. So I think that's only for people who have, I don't know, loads of followers. So that's not for me. So you can follow me, and then every time I do go live, you get a quick email or notification in the
so we
mobile
got a
app.
Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff, so it ain't gonna help us!
Yeah, so following, I think that's the heart button at the top of the screen, I think. Yeah, subscribing isn't working right now, but the heart button means you can follow me and then you get a quick email when I go live here, much like it worked on Mixer so well. And I think if I set it up correctly, I set this up a while ago. If you do that, then you get triggered the zombie animation as well. Whoa! He spit it out. Look at that. That's nice.
Quick! We have to get to the power cell before the pelican scoops it up again.
Where is it? Oh, it's over there. How am I gonna get over there? All right, look at that. First try. 11. Come on, 9 more to go. Can we do this? Oh, so there's more eggs down there. There's also some more underwater, I believe. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's so much cool stuff going on here. And also I like the style of, I mean it's an American game made by a company called Naughty Dog. They made the Crash Bandicoot series, and when the PlayStation 2 came out they wanted to create a new, I guess they call it, what's it called again? Something identity, brand identity, IP, what's that called again? Intellectual property, that's it. So they wanted to create something from scratch rather than license something from somewhere. And so they came up with this. And so that was their first effort, Crash Bandicoot. Then they made this, and then after 3 whole games of this, they made the Uncharted series for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. And if I remember correctly, they're also behind The Last of Us. That's another PlayStation exclusive. I think I have that, but I don't think I've ever played it. So there we go. Another thing we can try out. That's kind of a survival horror type game. Very black and white. So let's see then, we've got this other thing here, so we've got these 2 other things for which we need this blue eco again. This one, that'll give us more eggs, 10 more eggs, and then we have this one, and that's a jumper. So if I'm powered up with this blue eco, I can jump on this, and then I can jump really high, and that'll catapult me up here. And then I think we can take care of the guy who's chucking packets at us, which is not so good. But of course, where is the nearest blue eco thing, I wonder? There's this one over here. I wonder if that's a bit too far away. There's also this thing here that we need to open. If we could get up here, I think that's a good idea to then jump over here and open that. But how do we get to here? I think my mom has got some trouble getting on Twitch. That's a shame. She can only hear sound, but she can't see a picture. That's a shame. We'll work it out. Oh, by the way, there's also, if you are having problems with this, that would be nice, wouldn't it? If you're having trouble watching this on a web browser, Twitch also have an app that sometimes performs better than a tab in a web browser. Android and iOS compatible. Not the same code, but you know, same type of app. Ooh. I'm gonna see if I can go and take this blue eco thing here. I know that's not a whole one, is it? That's just a half of one. I don't think that's enough. I don't know, maybe we'll come back to this. See if we can find the entrance to that other thing, the creepy jungle. Or also trade some of our eggs against power cells with the villagers. So that was another kind of sub-quest. One of the slightly confusing sub-quests. We can talk to people in the village and they will give us power cells in exchange for these precursor orbs, which are the eggs. That might be nice. Let's try that. And this blue stuff, by the way, also makes us run a bit faster. You can just about see this trick I mentioned earlier, how Sandover Village is now loaded in and the beach is being left behind. It's happening via a very clever geometry trick. So all these rocks, they are more or less a visual barrier that don't let us see the rest of the level. So by us walking in here, we have to walk through this kind of, tunnel thing here that is just big enough for us to pop out, and hey, the beach is loaded with all its, packet throwing things, and when we turn around, we can't look at the village. So if we go and walk through here again, we have to, it takes us like 10 seconds or so, during which time the game quite cleverly unloads the beach and now loads in the Sandover Village. That's very cool. And now we have different music, different architecture, different everything. This guy, oh my god, he looks so depressed. Let's talk to him.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute! We are not going back to Misty Island! Are we?
But maybe we should, I don't know. Misty Island, I guess, is where Daxter fell into the vat of black eco, dark eco. Thank you for the link, Rod, that's fantastic. Looking forward to that. I did enjoy the little backstory you posted about G4. That was very cool. Angelique. Very nicely done. So this guy here, the muse, this sculptor dude, he just gave us a sub-quest, essentially, to go over to that other little island we see in the distance. So that's something else we need to keep in mind, and probably another opportunity to collect power cells. But there's also this little guy here we can talk to. That was not his place. Where was this guy? I still think, Rod, you should look into these print-on-demand comic book printers. I think you should offer the whole thing as printed comics. And don't print them up front. Do them as a print-on-demand, and I think that would be really good. That suits your series, and then I think that'd be great.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old Precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 Precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
Shall we do it? We have enough. Look at that, 173. I think we can spare 90. Let's do it.
I see you two are back to make the trade. Good, jolly good. You have the Precursor orbs that we agreed on? I hope you put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye.
Backdoor 3D Studios! Woohoo! That is so exciting! Hello, Steve. Welcome to Twitch. This is exciting. I'm glad you could make it, and I'm glad you signed up already. This is great. We have tried everything, and Restream and Mixer just don't work anymore. I don't know why. I mean, they fixed something on my internet connection, but you know, we just tried this, and it looks like the image is pretty stable, even though there is a lag between, you know, reading and responding to chat messages. But you know, if this is as good as it gets, let's try this for 2020. Twitch 2020. I think that's good. Backdoor 3D Studios, great. Don't forget to follow. That's cool. Try it, because then if you're not already following, see if that triggers this little zombie animation. I like to see if that works. I think I've put that in, but hey. Oh my god, I'm telling you, the joys of technology, the terribility of technology. Speak to this guy? Yes, we just spoke to him. It looks all a little bit similar. But this guy, let's speak to him. There are more interesting animations. Fire, also little particle effects going on here. And smoke. PlayStation 2 could do that very well, smoke. I understand it was a nightmare to program for that, but hey.
Don't tell me that you two have problems as well. The first I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
We have that. We can totally give him that. I guess we're not allowed to give him that just yet. So there's another sub-quest. Make this thing run again.
To the village's energy beam?
You got a bedroom here too? Oh, kitchen. Well, thanks, Christina, for letting Steve know. That's very nice of you. Ah, the fisherman's house. Yes, let's try Twitch 2020. That's easy to remember. Oh yeah, Rod, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Just like with the printed editions of your comics, I think it's also beneficial to have all the images collected as a single PDF that you can sell or give away on Patreon. So people do that. They do have, I mean, currently I know the comic is available for free, but the reading experience could be more ideal if you had them as a single file that people could just, you know, turn pages with. There's all kinds of exciting things that you can do, and let that kind of turn that into a nicely readable format. I mean, there's on one hand it's just sticking all the pages together, turning them into a PDF. That's one possibility. But I understand there's comic readers that zoom into the next image in the series. Not so much this motion, what's it called? Smith Micro thing, motion graphic, motion something, motion comic, whatever it's called. But similar things that do that. I think Comixology or something like that. Yeah, look into that. I think that would be a big benefit. Yeah, you're a whiz kid with the reformatting, Rod. You can do it. Aha.
Bring in the crops for the
Let's follow the yak. See where he goes. so cute. Well, you know, Christina is nice unless, of course, she's wearing the evil moderator hat. Then, you know. But I totally agree with Joe. I think Christina is always nice. In my experience, anyway. This is another loading screen trick here. Did you see that? When we just had to walk through this windy old path here, and it doesn't let us look at either level when we're right in the middle of it. So as soon as we trip over here, then the loading process starts for this level, and the other thing is being unloaded. And then the next interesting thing is that you can't see the whole level just yet. So I guess that's how the program knows we're probably going to go into this direction, and now it starts the whole loading and unloading process. Very clever. Good point, Steve. I nearly forgot. Forbidden Jungle, alright. Well, there's a lot more to explore over here. Maybe we'll do that first. And then we'll go to the Forbidden Jungle. See what suspense.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
Yeah, it does look funky, doesn't it? Oh, man. Lots of these yaks. Do you know, yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of work and involvement in Fortnite. She's still here. She's here. She's currently playing Fortnite, actually. She's getting quite a following, quite a reputation as the killer girl. I'll tell her you said hi. Good point, yes. No, she's off today, and she was off. She's going to be off tomorrow and on Sunday, which is very rare for her. I'm going to go over there. Oops. Yeah, not like that. Ah, not like that. The yak's eating, and then when we come close, he kind of walks away. That's so cute. And it's all really low poly. It's just nice to see how they've done it. I don't think you can. There's a mission, I think in a moment we have to herd them. But riding them, there's a creature we can ride. I think that's, I don't know if we get that today. I'll certainly try. It's something called, it's the thing that hatched out of the egg earlier that Daxter was so upset about. It was called the Flap Flap, and you can jump on it and it half
must be a
flies.
precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
It's not how it works, Christina, is it?
Awakens the oracle. Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
I'm with you there, Steve. It is just, there's something nice about these old type of games on there. 120? Do we have enough? Yeah, we have. All right.
For your gift, another power cell is yours.
Excellent.
So, Christina, does that mean in 4 hours the TPN starts again? Let's keep playing for 4 hours.
Gotta bring in the crops for the jewelry again.
Yeah, I think this is the challenge where we have to herd them. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
We can certainly try. I was intrigued by his eyebrows. It's a shame we can't take a closer look here because the eyebrows weren't attached to the figure. They're just two hovering little things. It's very cool. Oh, I see. So it's running, and in 4 hours it's going to stop. Is that right? 20 hours. That's like all the time. So you get a nurse that starts it and stops it and disconnects you. Is that right? 4 hours. Come on, that's 11 o'clock my time. We can do it. We can do it. Play this whole game in one sitting. Yay, look at that. Woo! One yak, heard it. I'm assured it doesn't hurt them. Alright, second one. Woo! Then maybe we don't have to punch him, we can just guide him and say, "Oi, dude." No, we do have to punch him. No, the other way, dude. No, the other way. You're facing the right way. Come on, if there's a gentler way of doing this, do let me know. Yay, there's another one, fantastic. And number 4 over here, come on. Maybe there is a different way, I don't know. Also, you shouldn't then go into their whole little cage where there's only limited doors available. Right, you guys stay in here. And was that it?
Gotta bring in the crops for the jewelry again.
Pass on out.
Hey, my yak cows are still on the loose. Could you bring them back for me already?
Oh. That is weird, Christina. So is then... Can't they just... I mean, this is, I'm just thinking this in such simple terms. Can't they just increase the calories? Put a bit more, I don't know, lipids in there or something? I guess it's not that easy, otherwise I would have done it. Yeah. It does happen sometimes with chemotherapy that the lining of the whole stomach, it's a bit like hair, that those things, they divide
That
really
lazy
fast
farmer
themselves.
owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
And the chemo kind of aggravates that, and then that means you don't have that ability to, I believe, Verstoffwechseln is the German word for that. It's the ability to digest food, essentially, or exchange nutrients. 4,000 calories, that's crazy, and it's not going on your hips. That is quite crazy. But also then that doesn't need to be metabolized. I mean, that sort of stuff is now literally just going into your bloodstream and your body just isn't converting it. That is crazy.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble. Gotta bring in the crops, furniture,
and then also considering, of course, that you're not running a marathon every day exactly, right? I mean, yeah, one of those things. Crazy. Oh. Oh my God. Well, from one scary topic into a scary level, this is the Forbidden Jungle. It has snakes and everything. Well, yeah, I mean, that is, they really can't give you any more calories than, I guess, or even if they did, it's doubtful that it would have an effect that, you know, the effect that we want. And the further chemo treatments are absolutely necessary, right? I would imagine. I mean, that is one piece of good news. As ugly as those drugs are, it looks like... Yeah, they can't stop. It looks like they are working for you as well, so that's nice to know. It is actually killing the cancer, so that is very positive news. And I hope you can hang in there, Christina. That's really not nice. How are you doing mentally? How's your concentration and chemo brain and all that? You seem to be, it's just, I mean, from the interactions that we've had, you seem to be very much spot on. You seem to be able to concentrate well, and I can imagine you must be tired, but from when we chat or from your YouTube videos, it sounds to me as if you're in a good place there. I remember when I was on chemo, I tried my best, but it was often really not enough. It was depressing and very funny at the same time. I remember literally looking at things like DaStudio and Blender and looking at those interfaces, and I was thinking, what do all these buttons do? It was literally, I was looking at those and I was thinking, this doesn't make any sense. Right. When's the PEP again? You just told me. Was it tomorrow? Not tomorrow. End of the week. See, my brain isn't even there. And I'm not Wednesday. There we go. Dangerous. I remember I did a PET scan once and I was already fit enough to cycle, and I didn't know this, but they said, I don't think they said this quite loudly enough, they said, well, you mustn't exercise on that day when you do the PET scan because muscle activity is being picked up. So the way they do this is that radioactive sugar attaches to the cells that are highly active, and that's how they track down what's potentially cancer. So I was thinking, I feel so super good that I'm gonna go and cycle to the hospital. And they took the scan, and it took whatever, an hour for the radioactive stuff to get into my bloodstream, and then they did the scan, and before the radiologist even saw it,
we need to get to the top of that tower.
She said, have you been exercising heavily? And I said, no, not really exercising. I mean, I did take a cycle, that was only 5 miles. And she goes, oh dear, this scan may not be usable. They may not be able to read it. The radiologist may get false results. I thought, really? That's terrible. But it all worked out well, so yeah. This is one of those jumpers I talked about. Gets you high really high. Alright, coffee time. Oh no! That's what happens when we fall down really far. Oh, what? That's bad. Hey, do you know, I should switch that on. Let me do that. That's a great idea. Because really, that's kind of something to be really proud of. I only died one time today. Very good point. Now, will this work? No, it won't, because I have it installed so that it works on Mixer. Ah. I'll have to install a special Twitch version for this. It's on, actually, it's a third-party tool I'm using. It's called, not Nightbot, it's some other bot. What's it called again? Streamlabs bot, that's the one. And you have to get, well, we can tell you what, let me try it, because they are connected to Mixer. So the chat is still connected via Restream, I think. Where is it? This is it. Try it out. This is going to be exciting. Let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah. Streamlabs chatbot. Because I remember they had 3 different versions. One for YouTube, one for Twitch, and one for Mixer. And they even have an update. Ooh. So much stuff. Update now? Can we update? Yeah, let's update. Good stuff. How interesting. So much happening. Streamlabs chatbot, yeah, that's the one. And it has 3 different flavors. And let's see if the Mixer version works on Twitch. If it doesn't, I'll install the Twitch version for next time. For tomorrow, in fact. If you want to, we can continue this game tomorrow. Now it's restarting. Is it restarting? Here's me hoping it's restarting. Certainly got rid of the shortcut, that's a good point. Oh, on our last 3D stream there was a really nice comment by Marcos. If you're watching, Marcos, hello. Very nice of you to think of camera clipping. I was building this little box there where we're making Christina's CMC logo, which looks awesome, by the way, in the latest video. Very cool. I also love the YouTube header, so I think that's a really nice cohesive handwriting there. And there was an issue that we saw the horizon line, and I thought maybe I can just take the plane and extrude the edges out a little bit so that we just don't see the background in Blender there. And it worked, but there's another artifact that was introduced, and it looks like it could have been the camera clipping. That's what Marcus suggested. I didn't figure this out. We just all thought that's just impossible. Why would that happen? And it looks like it was not the camera clipping. So I tried that, and no matter which setting I used, it did not quite work. So I've tried that. I'm going to start this. Try to give that command again. I believe !death plus. That should do the trick. If it works. If it doesn't work, then I need the Twitch version. Which, you know, it makes sense. Yes, Marcus is amazing. I did actually see he made a video for me, and he put that as a comment on one of your videos, Christina. I think I still have that email, so I'll just check that. No, maybe it doesn't work from from there. Let me try it from Mixer. I think I still have the Mixer chat open. Is it exclamation mark death? Oh yeah, there we go. So on Mixer, I can say exclamation mark death plus. Is that how it works? Or is it exclamation mark death space plus? Is that how it works? Yes! Look at that, that's how it works. Okay, I'll set this up next time to work on the Twitch chat. That'd be kind of cool to get that going. It means I need another Twitch account. Or I can try and get this going via the cloud. Streamlabs also has... Oops! This doesn't count as death. Streamlabs also have a cloud version. I can see if I can make that happen. Oh really? Oh my god! Brian, that's amazing! Black Hawk helicopters. That's kind of a military contract there, isn't it? Ooh. You better not get cables mixed up. Congrats! Are you 3D printing them? That'd be good. Privately get a military contract like that. How many cables are we talking? And is that one of those that you showed us recently on Discord? Like this super massive one that you could barely pick up? Was that one of those? Okay, we're back here. Let's attempt this going up to this little tower thing again. Oh, that was for Boeing, my goodness. I think I've lost my orientation. What else is there? Yes, it was a comment, Christina. I left... he left on it. He left... How did that work again? Yes, we were having a chat on one of your videos, and he suggested, I saw your last stream about Christina's logo. It must have been the video with your logo in it, actually. And he suggested camera clipping. So yeah, that was that video. And like it is, you know, if it's not your own video, then it's really difficult of YouTube to get any notifications if somebody leaves a comment on your comment. Awkwardcameraangles.com. Aha, more eggs on the outside. Dragonfly thing. Really? Brian, that's really good news. That is so cool, Brian. Congrats! Those are the kinds of breaks we need in life. Do you know, I was thinking about you actually the other day in regards to... It's not the other day actually, it was yesterday. And I had a comment from somebody on my German GoPro video. And his name was Ralph, and we talked about GoPro things and some bugs he has encountered, and was asking me, is it doing the same on your GoPro? And I think that was via Facebook. It's good to keep that Facebook page around, you know. And so it's in regards to the fact that the audio adapter on the GoPro, that's a little cable thing with a box, so it's not handy to use at all. It's kind of a thing that dangles out, and many find it don't find it great. And so he took Blender, designed himself a little box that sits underneath the GoPro and had a 3D printing buddy of his pick that Blender file up, and then his buddy printed it out in 3D, and now he has this little it's a very simple box, but the adapter now sits in it underneath the GoPro and doesn't dangle around when he has the GoPro on his motorbicycle helmet. I thought, my goodness, that's such a cool idea, and it made me think of you, because it's such a simple thing, but 90% of people who use this audio adapter don't really know where to put it. And I was thinking, well, if you were to design that and just make it available for sale, you just print one out if and when you need it and then send it off. That'd be a really cool idea. I'll put you guys in touch. I mean, maybe you can, maybe you can get together. His name was Ralph. I forgot his last name. But yeah, I'll tell him about you. Maybe you can be the US supplier of that box. He was in Germany. So maybe, it'd be kind of cool. Yes, Ron, why don't you get a 3D printer? Well, Steve needs to be the Australian distributor. There we go. Christina is thinking of getting a 3D printer as well. Awesome. FYI, this is another one of those things that needs to be opened at one point. You can never have too many toys. That's exactly what I'm thinking. See? It never stops. I'm quite impressed, Brian, that your 3D printers are essentially paid off and made their money back. That's the way to do it, because then they're literally free toys. Not only did you make your money back, but, they're there for a purpose. That's kind of... It's almost like saying you had to buy them to make this job happen. Oops. Ay, caramba. Come on. There's one more egg that needs our attention. You've got 6? Last time we checked there were 3. Where did the other 3 come from? Are they all different models, or are they all... Sometimes it's good to have several of the same so that, it's easy to get used to them and just keep them printing. Sounds to me like you need a bigger house, Brian. Woohoo! Alright! Do you have any room left for the cat?
Wow! Did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
We have to generate more chat, Christina. Then it'll come back. Yeah, chat is one thing that does suck a little bit in Twitch. Woohoo, look at that. Oh. I guess it's boss fight time, everyone. Oh my god, I didn't look at that. Oh no! That is terrible. Ah. Jay died another time. Yeah, I can see that commute being a little bit too long. Christina, try that on the Mixer chat, so that's still up there. It's a good backup chat to have in case the Twitch chat goes away. If you go to my Mixer page, you can type that command in there, and that should work. And then tomorrow, we'll totally get this fixed. Really? 1 time? I thought it would be 2 times. It's kind of asking me to jump on here, I guess. Don't punch the brother. Ow! Don't bite me. Oh my god, he's got spikes already. Oh, it doesn't count up, does it? That's crazy.
I'm like, stretcher? Yuck.
Oh, it's just plus, Christina. I think it's just plus. Exclamation mark death space plus. That should increase it. Aha! And now you can add it again. Because I died 3 times. Accurate death counter. I like it. Hey, no, don't do that. Oh, man. 3 times. Oh, it's that bloody boss fight again. And then when he has spikes, of course, I can't... Oh, man, he ate me. No way, he swallowed me whole. That's crazy. Oh, no. Twice in a row. Ah. Poor Lara. What's she ever done to you, Rod? Which reminds me, actually, I do have some of those old-style Tomb Raider games too. They would be fun to play. I've tried the new ones, not quite my thing. It's all very, designed by thousands of people over 5 years, and it's just not the Lara Croft we knew. Yeah, let's try this thing again. Alright. He didn't like that, did he? You're gonna totally bite me, aren't you? Ah. The only good thing about these enemies is that when you kill them, they give you health. Woo! Twice I punched her. Come on, we can do this. Ow! Not again! Oh, I don't like it when he swallows me whole. Man. So bad. Thanks for keeping count there, Christina. I like it. And this thing here, this green thing, this wobbly thing, that's actually his, whatever, feet or roots or whatnot. Oh, man. I wish that worked. Okay, nobody panic. We can do this. I'm trying to avoid that root there on the side, so otherwise it'll be all a little bit, that extra death I could just do without. Good. Moves like Jagger. Boom. Oh, no, don't do that. Why? Killing these little guys, so why aren't they dying? I think it's when the spikes come
really
out.
teary at the funeral. Like, how am I gonna get changed back now?
Changed back? Dude, you're part of the brand. There's no changing you back. Oh, no way. That's crazy. That's 9 now, isn't it? My god. Crazy. The root, yeah, it goes temporarily paralyzed, but it'll come back to life, so I can't kill it. But if we kill the boss, then all these roots in the Forbidden Jungle are dead. This is a little bit like the boss fight in Super Mario Sunshine, I believe. There was a big flower plant type thing that you have to kill there. That was a difficult game. Those out at the same time, that was for GameCube. So as soon as I have spikes, I can't kill them. But eventually, they lose the spikes, you'd think. Oh, niggas.
Say goodnight, Jak!
Oh. The humanity. Okay. Oh no! That's crazy. Yeah, there had to be one of those flip things here. That's super fair. Okay, let me show you what happens if I go and punch the root. And he goes and retreats, but he comes back. Oh, he comes back. It's like the little shop of horrors, isn't it? I'm nearly dead already. That's crazy. That's going to be the next 4 hours of us doing this boss battle, by the way. But I do recall that even with... Aha! Now that was excellent. Keep moving, keep moving. Aha! 2 for the price of 1. Pick up all the help I can get. Come on. There's gotta be the 3rd time is the lucky one. Look at him die! Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Ah, what an achievement. 17 power cells. That thing's definitely dead. That was just breathing there, but no, not anymore. There is a trick actually in which, thank you so much Rod, there is a trick that if you bounce on this head, you get more power cells out of it, or more precursor orbs here. There, 2, 3, 4, look at that. Easy thing to miss, 5. That's it. 5 more. Very easy thing to miss. Dead, dead, dead indeed. Oh yes. Jumper thing. And woo-hoo! And those were the eggs we couldn't get earlier. This is where that injected us. Alright. That is good. Very exciting. Thank you so much, JAK. Thank you so much, Daxter. The Reaper's coming back. Oh, so how are we doing in this level then? Look at that. So unblock the eco beam. That's something we need to do. Get to the top of the temple. Done that. Find the blue vent switch. Done that. Defeat the dark eco plant. Oh yes. And free 7 scoutflies and some mysterious ones. We don't even know what they're all about yet. There's still another... Wow, I can't do the math. What is it? 50, 59? 59 of these eggs. Totally forbidden, Rod. 3 more of these. Interesting. Let's see what else we can find in the Forbidden Jungle. Well, speaking of Subnautica, yes, there is of course Subnautica below 0. And they told the community that there is... They've made significant story changes, and I haven't looked into them yet. I've got the early access version, and they weren't quite happy, if I understand it correctly, they weren't quite happy with the way they had developed the story while they were writing it. So most of the world was there to look at, and those mechanics were there, the building mechanics were there, but the whole storyline wasn't, you know, intriguing enough. And I totally agree with that. It's not something that I could say, wow, that was great. Julia and I were playing it, and I was thinking, yeah, it's kind of, you know, I'm not entirely sure what was going on. So the idea in the original Below Zero storyline, from what I know so far, is that there was, after we essentially had a look at Subnautica and escaped Subnautica, the planet 4543B, whatever it's called, they sent spaceships there and thought, ooh, what are these, you know, in keeping in with the precursor type theme, what was all this about, what can we learn about them? Oh no!
Well, better you than me.
Yeah, I guess. So they sent people there during the story about 3 years after the events of Subnautica, the first Subnautica. And somehow we talked to one of these aliens, which was stored in the data capsule that we have activated. Our player has activated. It's a woman this time, female protagonist. And she keeps speaking to her supervisor. And that intelligence somehow moves into our prefrontal cortex and whatnot, and then wants to get off the planet, essentially. And that was kind of the story, or the playable part of it. And I was thinking, yes, that's, has nothing to do with the original Subnautica, where it was all about isolation and you're on your own and what you're going to do now, and it's all terrible. There's of course deadly fish here as well. This guy, this is a deadly guy. So mustn't fall into the water either. Sneak face. Fluffy guy. Another fluffy guy.
Let's get up on that machine and break the mirror diverting the precursor beam.
What did you say, Jack? I mean, Daxter. When you say let's get up on the machine, any suggestions of how we might do that? This looks like another secret entrance here.
We need to charge you up with that blue stuff to get this open.
Do you know, yes, it is available on the PlayStation 4, actually. It's, they have them individually. And this one is called JAK and DAXTER, the Precursor Legacy. And then the second one is called JAK 2, and then there's JAK 3, and then there's also JAK X Racing, which is kind of more like a spin-off. But you can get them all as a compilation, and the JAK and DAXTER Collection, it's called. Yeah, it's available for PlayStation 3 and 4. And I think 4 you can get it as a... 3 you can get it as a download. Haha, I like it. Yeah, have fun. Just to warn you, the second and the third game, they're very different. They're very interesting, but they're very different. So one of the things is that Jack here doesn't speak. Only Daxter speaks, which is interesting. But in the second game, Jack speaks, and he's got anger issues.
Those power doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them.
Let's go fiddle with them. All right, I like it. Wouldn't that be nice? I think that's in JAK 4. I'm just gonna go back up and have a look where this thing points. So now, oh man, dude, get up and stay up. At least these things have stopped spinning. So our mission, unbelievable. Okay. Ha! All right. So our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to have a look at this light beam up here and point it somewhere else. Point it to the next mirror, see if we can find it. Can't find it. Okay. There's got to be a way. I thought you can maybe turn this from up here, but you can't actually. You have to do it from down here. There we go. Aha.
Why bring
Let
up
me
the
look
beam by
here.
pointing it at the next tower.
There we go. That's the next tower. And then it does that, and it just goes bzzz. Ah, see what's happening?
Hey, we can follow the beam to find the next tower.
Ha ha ha! And then we can redirect the light all the way to the mayor's office, and that makes the power generator in our Sandover Village spin again. We all have lemonade. There. Or is it? This looks like it's another one of those things that will come out. But where does the beam go? And maybe we need to do that. And then all my packets will work again. That's exactly how it's going to work. Oh no, fish killed me. Bitten by a fish. All the enemies are back. Like him. Terrible. And the freaking frog. He always jumps at me. It says ribbit when he's dead. That's cute. 13, no way. Oh. Ow. I was on a roll. For the first hour, I didn't even die. Well, for the first hour, we were trying to fix the stream thing. So that doesn't count.
Let's go to the next tower and reconnect the beam there.
Brian, maybe that's a good idea. This is the title for your next book. Pedro and the Packet Stealers. Yeah, we had a feeling Pedro 3.0 might have done something. But whatever he's done is just wasn't good enough. Dude, die already. No, don't bite me. You gotta double jump and then do the running thing. Oh no, not him again. And him. Oh dear. Ay, caramba. So that was our first thing here. Packet Pirates. That's a great title. I love that. The green stuff. Do I need it? Oh, yeah, true. Good point. I'll grab it next time. Here we go. Look at that. Don't look at it. Use it, Jack. Come on. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. Is that a jumpable distance? What do you think? Or is it more like suicide? Class A, you know? No, don't do that. No, don't do this. Yes. No. Fish. Terrible. Ooh, it's a good idea that we go down here because look, get. Ah, man. Glad we're back. Let's collect some eggs. Sandover Village. Oh, this is the other level. Ah, look at that. But we use the front entrance. Have a look at that marvelous loading screen again. Well, seriously, that definitely beats. Siri thought I was speaking. I wasn't doing that, Siri. Yeah, any loading screen that just is black with the spinning ring on it that says loading, anything beats that. Anything better than that. Let's have another little look down here. See what... Oh, this is another challenge here. He's a fisherman. He is very funny. Yeah, let's take a break from jumping and let's do this challenge.
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge?
Well, I don't know, do we? I'm not sure. He's saying, let's catch 200 pounds of fish. Let's see if we can do it, shall we?
There are two types of good fish to catch. 1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies. If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Arr. And these are the controls, okay.
Left!
I seem to remember that was difficult.
Here comes a big one!
Here comes a big one. Oh, and I missed it. So I mustn't miss enough. I mustn't catch these because they're also evil. So not these, but those. Not those! Oh my god. Here comes a big one.
Steady, boy!
You say that, it ain't so easy, you know? Oh my goodness. Whew.
Here comes a big one!
Here comes a big poisonous one, y'all. Oh no! Oh, you get one bad one and the whole thing is ruined. No carp, no, it's all, it's just, tilapia. Okay, let's try this again. Oh! And it starts so
left! Here comes
easy,
a big one!
doesn't it? Whew. Oh, not him. Not him. Oh, not him. Oh my god. Not him. Oh my god. Oh.
Missed!
And they're all random, so I don't think
Missed again!
the next run is going to be totally different. Because sometimes it's also a bit of luck that these guys
Steady, boy!
come just in the right order. Whew. And close enough together, so if you get these guys that, like this one, if one is too far over to the side, it's really difficult to get there. Oh no! This could take a while. We can quit any time though. As if.
Here comes a big one!
Here comes the big one. Here comes the big one.
Steady, boy!
Where you going, boy? Ooh, huge. Oh no.
Right! Steady, boy!
We're trying to be. Oh man, that's just too fast.
Here comes a big one!
Oh man. Do you think the purple ones are from New Jersey? Let me try this one more time. And if we can't make it happen, we're gonna have to go back to this challenge. It is possible. I've done it a few times. It's fun actually. It's fun to do. What I recommend you do, Steve, if you do this tonight. the thumbstick to control it with is the left one. And if you leave it in your hand, it's just very, very difficult. So I recommend you hold the controller slightly differently and just use that thumb, that stick between your other fingers. Just use 2 fingers to control that one stick, because that's the only thing you have to do here. Oh! New Jersey fish.
Looks like you could use a bigger net. Steady, boy.
Bigger net, yeah, that'd be good.
To the left.
Oh, to the left, to the right, they're all coming all the way, my man. 119 pounds. Oh, no.
Here comes a big one.
Oh. Oh, that is so mean.
Right with you.
Risky. Oh my god. Oh no, that's terrible. That is just so super difficult. I say we'll come back to that. So we're gonna have to dedicate a whole weekend for this. Crazy. Ooh. Yes, let's
Well, if you want to try for the power cell sometime, you know where to find me.
We know where to find you. Thanks for the offer, Fisherman from Ireland. Yeah, dead plant. Evil fish. Ah, scarf fly. Ooh. Oh yeah, so these yellow boxes here, they're also totally evil. You punch them and they explode in your face, and that's not good. I will demonstrate this later. Inevitably, I guess. Woo! Pick up some health here. Oh, more eggs over there. Right. I'm glad that root thing is now dead all over the world. That's really good. Ah, carousel eggs and all that. Woohoo! All right. Fantastic! Go here. You're right, Christina. And this is interesting because this was I'm not sure if it was a launch title for the PlayStation 2, but it certainly was on the PlayStation 2. And when that was out, the competing system was the original Microsoft Xbox. And so they were out at the same time. And I believe Microsoft wanted a platform game, that's why they made Voodoo Vince, or that's why they kind of Voodoo Vince or bought it or whatever. Because these types of games were very popular at the time. Another one that existed at the same time as this, one that is still going also on the PlayStation, I think it's also an exclusive, is Ratchet and Clank. So they existed at the same time. So very popular genre, very difficult genre as well to play. So it's not this mastering these moves. That's not easy. It used to be very, very difficult for me. But like with anything, with practice, you get there. Yeah, so Voodoo Vince has many of the same dynamics. Collect this to get that. And as the game progresses, these levels get just more difficult all the time. Catch 200 pounds of fish, that's the other one. And open the locked temple door. Oh, yes, of course. And then, of course, that. Connect the eco beams. So I wonder if the locked temple door, if that's actually this one here. With just past it. This. How do we do that? Blue eco, I guess, but where all from here? Can we get that from down here? That may be the challenge then. Yeah, but how would we get up here? Yeah, that's definitely blue eco down here, but I don't think we can... Well, let's ice these people first. Oh no, kill the monsters, not the self, Jak.
Say goodnight,
Terrible.
Jak.
Oh, at the beginning again. Crazy. That's another tip for you. If you like these types of games, have a look at Ratchet and Clank as well. I mean, this is going to keep you very, very busy, but if you're into this type of game, then Ratchet and Clank is another one to look into. There's another eco vent over here. Is that the one you were kind of concerned with? Again. There. So is it possible? Oh, there we go. It's a jumper down there. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. We go load ourselves up. We jump down here. Try to not get killed by the fish. Jump up here. Run to the door and open it magically! How exciting! That's cool! 20 power cells, did you see that? I think that opens the next level. Perfection! That is very, very cool. So we've only got one more to get, and that's the... oh, two more to get. That's the 200 pounds of fish. And connect the eco beams. Alright. Well, let's do the eco beams. Because, you know, we're nearly there. Dude, crazy. And him as well. Ha. So, eco beams. Where are you? You go over here, you go over here. You then go further over there. Oh no, not the frog! Ha! Oh, that's the eco beam over there. Cool. Let's see if we can get there. Huh. This is where we need to go. Could go over this bridge and then jump over here, or we can try and do this. And fail miserably. Oh, this thing also needs to be open for more of an X surprise, I guess. This could be our way up there. I like it. Let's see if we can there's some blue eco over here. May run out. Well, meanwhile, actually, look, this is probably how they want us to do it. Maybe even get this one as well. Come on, this is how they want us to do it. Can you reach it? Can you reach it? Yes! Look at that! So many eggs. Oh. And up to the thing. Any evildoers? Yeah, let's go kill them first. Because otherwise they sneak up on you from behind and all, you know? Never good. Never good. Aha! Blinded by the light. What time do you start? And are you working at the weekend?
I remember the big one that got away.
Okay, let's try this challenge one more time before we leave this jungle behind.
Want to try and beat the river, do ya?
Let's go and try. One down, 1,000 to go.
Here comes a big one! Steady, boy!
Oh, that's good.
Steady, boy! Here comes a big one! You missed a jumbo, laddie!
Mr. Jumbo, laddie.
Looks like you could use a bigger net.
Give me a bigger net then. Ooh. Aw, that's mean.
Don't miss one like that again!
That's super mean.
Steady, boy!
Can't avoid them. Crazy stuff.
Your sails are sagging in the wind.
Now they're coming faster. Faster and harder. Oh, wow. That wasn't a bad run though.
Here comes
Yeah, they're definitely going faster at the end, aren't they?
Steady, boy!
When I was doing the Premier League football in London, weekends was the main workload. There was basically Friday for some kind of a pre-weekend show, Saturdays, Sundays, full-on weekends for Premier League football. 10 matches at a time sometimes. And then once the English Premier League was done, then there was French football and Spanish football and...
Looks like you could use a bigger net.
So much football. It all happens at the weekend. Oh!
Here comes a big one!
Here comes the big one. So, Steve, when you're doing this challenge, it's a matter of trying and trying again. Eventually you'll get it. It's just a matter of luck and luck, really. Luck, a bit of practice, but mainly luck.
Here comes a big one! Steady, boy! Missed! Left! Right with you.
Right with you. Oh. Quite addictive. Yeah, I can imagine.
Here comes a big one.
Here comes a big one. Oh.
Steady, boy.
Right at ya.
Here comes a big one. Left.
Oh, crazy stuff. So the difficulty with this whole thing is that they put all this on this thumbstick. So that means I have to go kind of left, right, just with the left thumb. And that's really, really difficult to do. So what I prefer to do on this challenge is, I mean, this is my left thumb. I really don't have that dexterity in my left thumb. But so I take this between my two fingers and then I just do this. And then you can have very quick increments in how you move the thing over. So that's, you know, something that does work. Shall we try it again? Let's try it one more time. Okay, here we go. Oh, swam right into my net, that one. Good stuff.
Steady, boy. Here comes a big one.
Here comes a big one. Oh. And then when fish appear too far on the outside, sometimes it's not beneficial to get them. There's just one like this one. You just leave that one out because it takes too long to move them up there.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
Aha. Like that one.
Missed again.
Oh. Oh.
Missed again.
Nearly. Here comes a big one. Oh, now come the poisonous fish. That's from New Jersey. Jersey fish. That's crazy.
Here comes a big one.
Oh, not him.
Steady, boy.
Steady, boy. Come on. That's so fast. No, that was crazy. Oh. Okay, one more time, and then we're gonna leave it until next time. Unless, of course, we do it, and then we're gonna, you know, celebrate.
Here comes a big one.
Here comes a big one. Whatever happened to games like this? Just, you know, simple games, not the ones where you have to learn the universe for 3 months before you actually get to play anything.
Here comes a big one.
Then you try to go left or right too many times and it's just not going to work. Yeah, this is really, it's a really unlucky run because there's too much movement that you have to do. Yeah, that was not nice. That didn't count. That would be good, yeah, the blue spark power. And then of course, yeah, it gets super addictive after a while. You just keep wanting to do it. Come on, we can do it.
Here comes a big one.
As long as it doesn't drive you up the wall, I think that's always really important. These games are nice, but if they make you really angry, that's just time to put them away. And not let that controller suffer on the coffee table. Trust me, I've been there.
Steady, boy.
Steady, boy. Missed again! Oh.
Here comes a big one!
Oh! Well, that didn't count. Okay, one more time. One more time. I remember the first PlayStation controller I ever had with the original fat PlayStation 2. That suffered terribly at my hands. I don't mind admitting. I remember this game actually when I had that for the PlayStation. This was £40 or $50, something like that. I brought it back because I thought this is just not the game for me. I really liked it, but it was so difficult. I just couldn't do it.
Steady boy. Here comes a big one.
Oh.
Don't miss one
That's
like
so
that again.
mean. You can't send them in between the poison fish.
Yes, Sam.
Ah, I see what they're gonna do. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh. Okay. Shall we do this one more time? Final time. Come on, it's the final time. Come on, we can do this, we can do this. Come on, one more time. So this is how I'm holding the controller here.
Here comes a big one.
Here comes a big one. Aye.
Looks like you could use a bigger net. Don't miss one like that again.
Hi, Captain. Speaking of Captain, is Captain Slamore still here? Oh no, that didn't count. My nose was itching anyway, so... Oh. One more time, Rod. Come on, we do this one more time. Okay. Relax, everyone.
Here comes a big one.
We can do it, we can do it.
Steady boy.
Ah, perfect run so far. Oh, terrible. To the left.
Steady boy.
There's a wee bit of rain and thunderstorms in the air.
Here comes a big one.
Oh, what was I gonna do? There were poisonous fish there, my god.
Steady boy.
Oh. 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 So will Steve. Steve's just going to join right in. He's not going to give up so easily. Okay, one more time. This is the last time. I promise. This is the last time. But it's one of those levels you just want to do it, and you think, how difficult can it be? And of course, the reward for having done it. What is the reward actually? Speedball, right?
Here comes a big one.
So you actually have to do this level, otherwise you can't do the rest of the game.
Steady boy. Don't miss one like that again.
Here comes a big one. Woo!
Here comes a big one.
Ah.
Steady boy. Missed again.
I'm going in between them. Can you believe it? Oh, that's it.
Well, if you want to try for the power cell sometime, you know where to find me.
I know where to find you. Do you think I should do it one more time? Do you think I should do it until we get it? It could be good. That's right, you miss 20, I think it's 20 pounds. So if you miss a small one, then that counts as 1 pound. But if you miss a big one, I think that counts as 5 pounds. So you can only miss 5 large ones or 20 small ones, or a combination of it. We should do it again? Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Want to try and beat the river, do you?
It's the Fisherman Challenge. Oh my god. Here we go. And it's so nice when they're coming this slow. I like it when they just kept staying that way.
Steady boy.
Oh, did you hear Terry Jones from Monty Python has passed away? That was a shame to hear. John Cleese tweeted something like 2 down, 4 to go. That was sad. But that's John Cleese for you. Yeah, Terry Jones. He had aphasia. That's a very exciting, well, not exciting for people who have it, but it's an interesting condition in which your ability to speak or understand speech is impaired.
Steady boy.
Oh, steady boy. Easy for you to say, fisherman. Why don't you go catch 20 pounds of fish?
Steady.
My nose is itching. Okay, one more time. 4 hours later.
Here comes a big one.
We can do it. Eventually. What I do like about games like this is that they have a similar effect than caffeine has on the human body. Yeah, see, 5 pounds, so if I miss a large one, that counts as 5.
Steady boy.
Now you can see me, Joe, absolutely. Thank you so much for the second package, by the way, that's in the post. I do appreciate that. I wonder what it could be.
To the left.
I have an idea. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Boy. Here comes a big one.
Here comes a big one. Whew. Oh, that was difficult. I remember that, Brian. Yes, on stage. That was in Aspen somewhere, wasn't it? And then, what was his name actually? Terry, what Terry? Graham, what's his face? He died in the 90s sometime. They put his urn on... I will do, Christina. They put his urn on the table and then just had a round discussion with him and involved him in it. It was very funny. Oh! Graham Chapman, that was his name. Was it? Graham Chapman? Terry Jones usually played old women.
Here comes a big one.
Ooh.
Steady boy.
Steady
Looks
boy.
like you could use a bigger net.
Give me a bigger net then. Oh. Did you see that? Oh, I see. So the trick is you look further up the screen. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Ah, you look further up the screen, and then chances that you move the net into position are bigger. Oh, that's interesting. Just saved me 0.2 seconds then. There's always a trick to these things, aren't there? Ah, look slightly further up on the screen, and then just move the net afterwards. All right, okay.
Hold steady.
I'm trying.
You did it!
Yeah, oh my god,
You
I
got
did it!
200 pounds of fish.
200 pounds of fish! Woo!
Here's the power
That is
cell.
very exciting. Look at that.
And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
Oh, that is so nice. Woo-hoo! And a power cell. That is so cool. We did it. It was worth hanging in there. And this is my favorite bit. He keeps laughing now. He's super happy that we did it. And the fish are still wiggling. Oh, look at that. That's a good highlight right there. Oh no, that's a highlight to end on. But of course we're not going to do that. We've got mirrors to twist, power to restore to Sandover Village, power cells to collect, universes to save, all those things. Woohoo! Oh, I'm so pleased that we hung in there. That's really cool. Jolly pirate, exactly. And of course now, I don't know what was so difficult for him to catch the fish. I mean, that just proves he's the professional apparently, but we had to go and us rank amateurs had to go and try it. And succeeded, more to the point. There. Would you look at that?
We should go tell that windbag of a mayor that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy beam.
Let's do that. Life at Aspen, that is right. Woo! Before we leave this Sandover Village, so there's this, that's what we're gonna do to the mayor. 90 to the mayor, we've got that. 120 to the Oracle, well, we need to find more eggs for that. And there's more scout flies waiting for us in Sandover Village. But Sentinel Beach, this is the level we did earlier. Geyser Rock. We did that as well, it looks like. But Forbidden Jungle, have we done it all? Return to the mayor, great. So that's that. How about eggs? There's 10 eggs missing still in the jungle. 10, I think that sounds like they could be hidden in one of those openable kind of, you know, egg containers. I wonder, shall we have a quick look and just finish Forbidden Jungle off for good? Before we bring the power cell to the mayor? Let's do that, come on. Christina's TPN is still running, we can do this, we can do this. One more time into the Forbidden Jungle. There's 10 more eggs waiting for us. Sometimes when you walk over this bridge, you can hear the laughing fishermen below there. 10 eggs. If we only knew where they were. Welcome to the jungle, baby. There we go. That laugh. If ever you want to hear it again, there he is. Now that's a highlight for my gaming channel. The Fisherman Challenge. Yuka, hi, hi. I might have to stop before that, Christina, because I think by my calculation that's another 2.5 hours thereabouts. Do you get effects when they ramp it up or put it down, Christina? The TPN? Or is that accounted for somehow, or do they do anything about it? I have a feeling it's somewhere at the bottom. Oh no, that's not fair. That's not fair. We caught you and your little friends. tons of you. What is that, 15 times now? Not bad, 15 times in... Right, yeah, that's the spirit. That'll prevent the super sleepiness attacks from happening. There's something out here, who knows? Oops. Did you see that? That's crazy. So, mustn't go out to sea too much. Bigger fish there that eat us. Oh, uncool. It was so wrong. So funny. And you can hear his heartbeat as well. When you swim out, I think you can just about hear his heartbeat coming at you. Oh, the fisherman makes me laugh all the time. Oh my god, you're back, aren't you? Terrible. And you. So it's not this one is already opened. When they're unopened, the cap sits totally flat on the ground there. As I was saying, as I said, I'm going to demonstrate this later. This is what happens when you run into those yellow eco jugs there. Don't do that. Not such a good idea. Let's see. Is there another one of those things that we can open? Not down here. Could be that there's more is out at sea here. Is that possible? So I suppose if I swim over here... Yeah, oh, there he is. Did you see him? Oh. So yes, he's everywhere. It's practice, Steve. It's totally practice. You're gonna like it once you get into it. It took me 15 years, but you know, then you're gonna like it. He's the real Reaper. Just as deadly as the other Reaper. So I guess if we look at the whole floor here, maybe we haven't. Because that fisherman. This is another area of the bottom here. Maybe there's something else here. Maybe behind the waterfall. You never know. Not behind the waterfall. Okay. Oh, you know, this is another thing I want to try out in Blender. That's something I don't know much about right now. There's got to be, like when we look at these games, there are lots of particle emitters, and I'm sure they're possible to generate in Blender so that we essentially have one object that creates particles or even other objects potentially, and then so that kind of a plane generates whatever, cubes or something, or balls or whatever we want to do. That's going to be possible. I don't know how to do that. That could be fun to investigate that. Thank you for reminding me this one. 17. We gotta keep it under 20, man. If I die 20 times, I have to stop playing. That's the rule. That's not the rule. So if it's not downstairs, let's stay upstairs. Camera angles are ever so slightly wonky at times. Ooh, put the spikes in the big lock. There. And YouTube, yes, YouTube and YouTube. Ooh. now that would be interesting. So have one particle system created essentially, like for a fountain or something similar, and then just attach that particle system to 5 objects so that you have 5 fountains. But it's technically the same particle emitter. I like that, I like that. Yeah, something along those lines. We've been here for sure. We can't go up here. I think I've tried that. It just puts us back to in here. Yes, I doubt that. I mean, for literally everything. Carrara has the same problem. It's really difficult to... It can get heavy going. That just gets us upstairs, doesn't it? Do you know, was there another one inside this tower, maybe? On our way, I don't think it's upstairs actually, I think it's more somewhere downstairs. You know when we've had the boss fight? There may have been one that we've missed in there. Oh, is it? Oh, I can make it quieter, that's no problem. Let me see if I can do that. Thank you for the feedback. Let me make the... Yes, you're right. It is a bit hot, isn't it? There. Let's make that a bit. Let's make that like this. How's that? Let me know if that's any better, Joe. If it's still too loud, you know, I can always make it even quieter. No problem. Okay. Well, how did we get in there? I don't remember now. How did we get into this whole thing? Ah. I mean, the good thing is sometimes you can just... in Carrara it works that it doesn't show you the full geometry, it shows you like a proxy object. Like I don't know how Blender does it, but I would imagine in a similar way that it shows you like, you know, like a simplified object or just a dot on the screen. Wasn't this the entrance to that monster thing? Ah, thank you, Joe. Yes, give me feedback if there's anything that needs changing. Absolutely, we can change it. We can change it. Is this how I got in? I thought this is... I don't remember now. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Let's try it. Hiya! Oh, dude, I totally forgot about you. They let you work up here. It's crazy. Ah, right. Yeah, the only particle emitters that I've set up so far would be to distribute something like grass on a plane. So that I can do, but that's not really, that's emitting static particles. I was more thinking for animations. You know, if some like sparks flow off a letter or something like that. So let's have a look here. Look, there's 2 entrances or exits here. Let's see if we've got... That's going into the evil chamber there. This is going... maybe going somewhere else. So this thing we've opened, but was there one beforehand? Oh, that was lucky. It is, isn't it? It totally is a Jedi temple. Well, on a forthcoming 3D Shenanigans stream, we shall try it all. Yeah, I'd like to use particle systems and animations. I think that could be really cool. Dead root, I like it. That's our jumping device. This is the way we came in. Okay. Right, let's have a look if we can... Was it this? No. There was some eggs hiding in here as well, but that wasn't it either. I'd imagine the evil plant... Yes, it's still dead. That's good. What's for dinner tonight, Joe and Rod? We haven't quite decided what we're going to have. Isn't there more things? Are there more things coming out of his body, maybe? No. So, it's not in here, is it? Is there anything here? Hiding here somewhere? Oh, is the new system, is that the one with the nodes, Joe? Sorry, Christina? Pizza. I don't really know where the additional 10 eggs are. Maybe we're gonna have to look into this tomorrow. Let's go and pay the mayor a visit. Did you see those moves? Ha! Windbag of a mayor. This looks interesting. I don't recall us being up here. Pork fillet stir fry. Oh, that sounds exciting. Dude, I'm so glad you're happy. So funny. Okay, we let him laugh. In fact, let's all have that tonight. Here we go to Steve's, that's a good idea. Steve, we can be there in 32 hours. Can you wait that long? Hiya. No loading screen magic once again. Very good. Well done, Naughty Dog. He's still sleeping. Oh, and there we can just about see.
You've collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells, and hurry! My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
Maybe tomorrow, Kira, huh? Is that a date? Let's do that tomorrow. We've got a date with the mayor.
Hey! Let's go check out old Fish Breath's speedboat at the dock.
Old Fish Breath speedboat. Yes, let's do that. All in good time. Where is the mayor's house? It looks also similar around here. Mayor? You the mayor? No. You the mayor? No, he's ignoring us. I guess we've dealt with him already. Yeah, there he is. Nervous as always. Hello, Mayor.
Oh, what a wonderful sight! I thank you. And the entire village will thank me. Boys, you have restored power to the village and guaranteed my re-election. And for that, by the way, you earned a power cell.
May or may not, I like it. Oh, shall we give him... Yeah, let's deal with the mayor full stop. Let's go give him 90 power cells. All right.
So, you want to make a contribution? Good.
Yeah, you must get re-elected, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
Woohoo! 23 power cells. May or may not. Yeah, I like it. Was that it?
Hurry up with those power cells. I'm waiting at the head of Fire Canyon, at the top of the cliff behind the farmer's house.
She really wants us to go there, doesn't she? Well, I don't think it's going to happen today, sweetie. I think we're going to go and save the game here. And we'll pick this up tomorrow. What do you think? Same time, same place, maybe a little bit earlier? Also, let me know what you thought of the whole Twitch experience. I think the picture was pretty much stable. It was working out. Maybe we should try this again. Any thoughts? Let me know tomorrow. Maybe via Discord. And see you here again tomorrow to pick this up and see what Fire Canyon is all about. Let's watch that wonderful title sequence. Twitch is awesome. I like it. And you know, this is all that counts really. If it works, hey, that's awesome. Let's stick on Twitch then. Twitch 2020. I think that's a good campaign. You know, I should have a campaign slogan made like that. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy that pizza and also enjoy the much better pork really. Julie and I are gonna see what we're gonna do. Maybe it'll be sandwiches, something like that. Anyway, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.